to, but Matt,
I hear you well enough, and I can repeat
yeah,
if needed.
okay.
Okay.
Also, whatever thing, I'm going to copy it to the chat box.
Sounds good. Daphne, I'm going to turn my camera off. Could you turn your camera on once we begin?
Yes.
Cool. When are you ready? Are you ready, Nilo, to begin?
I was going to ask you how I wrote some document with some questions. The questions that last afternoon I sent to you, I think those are the ones that Daphne, I hope he already saw.
Yeah.
However, I wrote some other three related to his experience to open channels and his expectations, maybe. Uh, I'm going to copy the full questions to the chat box right
Wh-
now.
Why don't you start one at a time, Nilo? Why don't we start one at a time? Okay.
Okay. Also, I wanted first to read the small biography you wrote on the program, if you want.
Sure.
Okay. Please tell me whatever direction you have or anything, please.
Sure.
Okay. I wait for your call to begin to read.
Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is an interview to Daphne Menard. It is participating Matt Schwartman, Mahatma Kaituiro. I'm going to read a small biography of Daphne Menard. He studied theater at the National Schools of Arts and Arts in Port-au-Prince. With these artistic origins in traditional Haitian dance, he founded and directs the Soul Essence Association, a mobile unit for research and experimentation with the body as a multidimensional instrument. His interest in social issues is reflected in his artistic work with the Soul Essence Association. Since 2018, he has led a cross-border artistic cooperation first project called Transdo, a proposal that offers a series of research and experimentation laboratories between Haitians and Dominicans. Thus, in March 2020, he presented the transdisciplinary show I, that deals with the weight of the collective conscious and unconscious memory in everyday life and in relationship with others. Uh, well, Daphne, I'm very glad to talk to you because when I was living at Puerto Rico, I had many Asian friends. With they always were discussing about history and about politics and about arts. Also, I really love the history of Haiti. Uh, and also, at your participation at the event at Open Channels this year on July, you really emphasized the the problematic of the artist development in Caribbean popular arts and also the arts as meta languages for the Caribbean. I think those problematic were excellent. And also, to begin the interview, right into the questions, I wanted to ask you, how were your how were you first involved to open channels?
Hi, Nilo. Hi, Matt. So it is a pleasure to be with you once again this morning. And I heard about Open Channels in Santo Domingo with a friend called that I met this year called Tomas Pérez Ubier, that is an artist involving in Santo Domingo. So we are working together on a cross-boarding project between Haiti and Santo Domingo. And so he told me, firstly, that he was looking for an artist, French speaker artist for the meta channel, open channel, for the open channels. And he thought about me, and he talked to me about the activity, and I was so interested in this to do this kind of experience to build more network with the Caribbean island. So that's how I heard about the open channel.
Oh, very nice. The next question will be, how what do you think of the work and structure of open channels from your experience?
It's very impressive. It's very impressive, and but the same by the same time, it is so simple, and it shows how the borders that we have in our mind can be quickly uh, um, I don't know the word in English. So this positive for me of the open channel is impressive and simple at the same time because it links, it allows us to see that this kind of border that we have in our mind is false border. It's just in our mind. So um, and so for me, the open channel is a very important activity that is very necessary in this context, in the Caribbean context, and in the international cultural context also. So I really encourage this kind of of activity, and for me, it is a kind of um, it is a kind of, I don't know if it is the exact word, but it is this is this word that comes in my mind from my heart. It is a kind of healing process for me. It is a kind of healing process to meet other Caribbean artists. For most of the time, we are in touch with European artists or US artists. So, and knowing that there are so much things to learn, so much things to do together, so much things to learn about the other and about myself also. So the open channel for me is a very it's a very important um, initiative.
Mm, great. I really love your words, and I know you tell them from your heart. Uh, Another question is, what other things can open channels do in order to support the popular theater artists' development in the Caribbean, especially in Haiti?
In Haiti, I think the thing is one of the border that we have in our mind much of the time. It is the languages. it is languages. So most of the artists in so we all speak Creole and French, but I think we have to work about first um, this first border to show that it is not in it is not an English initiative only for English people, only for English island. You know what I mean? And so I think it would be the first thing to work on to create this feeling of I this things is made for me. I can bring something. I can contribute to this. And I think the language is very important to work uh, because one of the I don't know if natural is is the best word, but let's say it like this: the basic, let's say basic, the basic reaction when you talk to an artist that we're gonna have to do something in Spanish or in English. Oh, it is not for me, so it is not for me. So I think the open channel can work on this too. At the same time, we have translation in English and Spanish. It would be great to even have some activities French, with French, because it is a little bit um, there is a tension when you are in around the table or in the meeting or online thing that everyone share their mind, everyone share their feeling, and you have this feeling that you cannot say everything, that you cannot express everything, that you cannot contribute with your whole heart, with your whole word. It creates a kind of tension, and it creates also this feeling that this thing is probably not for me. And so maybe the open channel can work on this, and also invite more from me, invite more artists uh, in Haiti that don't know the open channel initiative. So I really think it would be important to 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 spread to spread to share this initiative in Haiti and everywhere else in the Caribbean, because most of the artists for the Caribbean exists in our mind only for migration, yes, only for migration. So outside of migration, there is nothing else in our mind about other islands. So most of the time, artists don't think about to involve or create link or invite or work with other Caribbean artists. So open channel that would be a great door to work on this fact.
Uh, Very well, Daphne. I agree with you. I think the space for more participation from the heart could be implemented. That would be great. Also, uh, before going to the second part, I would like to ask Matt if there is any question he likes to ask to Daphne. Matt, uh,
Sure.
yes, please.
Thank you. So, Daphne, I'm curious. the experience of being a meta panelist? What was that like to have that power over the other artist's work and that responsibility?
What's the question, man? Please.
What was it like? I mean, when you were a meta panelist back in July, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious what it was like for you to have the power to choose between these different artists' work and to have the responsibility of putting those pieces together in
Yeah.
a way that was more, that was adding your perspective. It seems in a way it could be intimidating. Was it intimidating for you, or what was it like?
Um, Quickly, there are two different things that come in 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 my mind. The first one for me, if is um the first one is that I wasn't in a kind of sure the when I read about my works, I was, oh, I'm gonna be a kind of, oh my god. But when I met the videos, I I don't want to be I don't want to abuse of words, but I recognize myself in this works.
Nice,
Yeah. So it
nice.
was it was like as if I was not there with them when they worked this, but I had this feeling that it wasn't. Do you understand the word sacrilege?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Sacrilege,
Yeah. So
sacrilege.
I wasn't in this kind of. I felt very free.
Ah,
I felt very free to pick this and to link it with this. No, so it was
awesome.
it was like I was in a kind of uh vessel.
Yes,
Yes,
vessel,
yes,
a
and
container.
yeah, a container. And in this container, every each part that I can take is an essence of my history linked to the other islands. I recognize the body, I recognize the silences, I recognize some words, I recognize the battles, I recognize uh, international context. So I felt very free. I wasn't intimidated by this by
Nice,
by
awesome.
this work. That's why I always use this expression that can be a kind of Hollywood love film. But no, I really love to say that when the heart meets another heart, communication is better. When my heart meets you, I don't. I see you are white or black or rich or poor. I can see it, but the communication is sincere. The communication
Mm,
is human to human,
mm.
and so this is the first thing. The second thing that is it was a little bit crazy for me. The method, the open chat. It was a crazy. It was a kind of performance
Yeah.
for me, but a performance that I don't lead. And so I was looking for information on my emails. So I was talking to Matt, I was talking to Thomas, and it was a little bit crazy. And I think this craziness protects me also
Mm.
from the
Intimidation. Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm. 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 That's
So
nice.
I felt that this craziness comes from the fact that we are trying to link, that we are trying to build something.
Mm-hmm.
And when you build a bridge, for example, or a road, there are what's the word in French? It is poussière,
Okay.
uh, dust.
Dutch. No, dust.
Uh,
Dust. Well, we'll look it up. We will look it up. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna
When you are building a
I'm
bridge.
checking my
Okay.
so what's the word? What's the word? Just give me 1 second. Uh, who is yeah
Coal dust.
dust.
Coal dust. Poussière.
Yes, yes, yes. So there is dust, and everything is not clear.
Mm.
Everything is not clear, and we I felt that all of us were in this dust, but together,
Hmm.
and we were moving, moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
and no one know exactly what's gonna happen. No one know exactly if the technical thing gonna work. If so,
Yeah.
I think this craziness protects me and protects everyone. And this, and maybe I can add another point is
Mm-hmm.
this this will from everyone to move forward.
Mm. Thank
This,
you so much. What a
yeah,
gift. What a
yeah.
gift. Uh, back to you, Nilo. What would you like to ask?
Uh, I want to ask the question about what Daphne you said that mm, you in your artistic development you were more developed as an European artist than a Caribbean one. So, do you think this has changed or not in the artistic education, or it is the same, or it is getting better?
Can you start over for me, Nilo?
Yes, definitely. You said at the Open Channels event of July that your artistic training was more of an European artist than a Caribbean one, and you were a little bit sad about this. Do you think this has changed or not in the artistic education?
Yeah, I mostly said that. First of all, my artistic training is basically Caribbean. I'm Asian. I've been raised in the I've been trained in national art school in traditional music. Uh, so my artistic training is basically. Basically Caribbean. Um, I am Asian, so I wear this history in my body, in my way of moving, and so basically my artistic training is Caribbean. But the fact is, in terms of exchange, in terms of collaboration, in terms of uh, uh, point of um, that says that I am a professional. So most of the view of contemporary art and the project that allows me to spread my career to have another view of other things is mostly or entirely with European artists. So I am sad about this to with the fact that Dominican Republic is just beside me, but I don't. But right now, I am working on a network in Dominican Republic. I know some artists, but 2 years or 3 years ago, Dominican Republic was just beside me, and I've never been there for working theater. I didn't know any artist, so it is from also artistic education that is based that that is based of European or U.S. 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 Artists or stuff. And so at school, even basic school or national art school, there is nothing about the Caribbean. There is nothing about what kind of theater is practiced in Dominican Republic or in Martinique or in Guadeloupe or in Tucan Caicos or Guyana. So there is nothing about this, and the education, it did not seem that it is something is changing. It is mostly kind of initiatives like open channels, like the Transdo project that I work on that allows artists to have this view on the Caribbean, and there is it is not enough, but uh, uh, this year mostly there is kind of more initiatives to link to approach other islands in our cultural project, and but we know it is not easy for sometimes for me, for example, for going to Puerto Rico one time. I've been in United States, and after going to Puerto Rico, and I spent a lot of time. And basically, between Puerto Rico and Port-au-Prince, it would be 1 or 2 hours by plane. So we also know that difficulty of exchange between the islands, between the Caribbean, is also a political question, uh, and so maybe politics may must change in this will impact also the education, that we are not alone on this island, that there is also brothers that have a lot of stuff that so that sounds the same things that we have in Haiti. I don't know if my answer is clear for you, Nilo.
Yes, Daphne, it is very clear.
Okay.
Also, at the Hurricane Maria, uh, many islands wanted to share things, but first they had to go to U.S. territory,
Yeah.
Miami,
Yeah.
and most of the food got wasted. The
Yeah.
following,
Yeah.
yeah, and it relates to what you said about politics and
Yeah.
the and that there must be a more links between the islands. I agree with you, and I
Yeah.
think there are many things to say about this. The following question is, uh, what do you think of a curricula for the Caribbean popular theater artists.
It
And
would
yes,
it
and
would be awesome.
how should it be directed?
It would be awesome. It would be awesome to have this because um, 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 maybe politics will take time to change, but we know artists. We have technologies. We have our wills. We have this power to talk, to use words, to use sounds, to wake up some part of the society. So uh, a curriculum would be very awesome in different islands. In Haiti, it would be very important to have a kind of initiative like this.
Uh, yes, great. And since you worked in many cultural projects, do you think there is an openness from the government for the implementation of a curriculum of this kind?
In Haiti,
Yes.
I don't think one of the priority of the government in this moment would be to work on a kind of things like this. So we have all the problems that in Haiti, and so I don't think it is a fact that they are talking or thinking uh, um, about. And so an initiative like this um, will be clearly um, begin with uh, civil uh, civil initiatives, civil associations, artists, and I think it is the base for a thing like this, not the government, unfortunately.
Okay. Yes, Matt. I know you are waiting to ask some questions. Please
really
go
just
ahead.
one really just one more question. Daphne, what are you working on today artistically? What's exciting to you?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I am working. I'm working on a second part of the project of Transdo for this year. I don't know if you know that I had a week of laboratories with
Mm-hmm.
Asian artists and Dominican artists in Santo Domingo in July. So we are planning to be in Haiti uh, next week for
Ah.
the second part of the laboratories. That is the main thing that I'm working on. But with the situation with the earthquake and
Mm-hmm.
hurricane at the same time, so I have to check on each artist
Mm-hmm.
and that if they are still available physically and mentally to come and to do the second part of this laboratory. Um, Besides of this, always in with my artistic manager cap, and I am working in since 6 years ago. I'm working for a festival in Haiti, the most important festival, the most festival. and the most theater festival, the most important theater festival
Got it. Cool. Mm.
in Haiti. So I'm really concentrated on this to build the program
Hmm.
with the artistic director, and I also work on um, but sadly this year, like last year, we cannot receive foreign artists,
Oh.
but we are that is the thing, we cannot receive artists from Europe, but I'm working to if we can have an artist from Dominican Republic,
Ah.
that it would be easier for us, and in easier in a certain part. And so it is the second thing. The festival name is Festival Quatre Chemins. The Festival Quatre Chemins. I can say hello, hello.
Hi.
So the name of the festival, I'm writing it in
Oh,
the,
good.
so you can check on Facebook, and we also have but Facebook have a lot of more information.
Okay.
We have a website also.
Good.
So I am a member of the team that organize that organize.
Do you have a website or a web page about your laboratory as well? The theater
Um,
laboratory?
I can send to you a newsletter,
Great.
but it is in French.
Okay. Maybe we can get it translated. That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, okay. And I also I mostly use Instagram to post
Uh,
things on for the laboratory.
that's fine. But
Okay.
Nilo, maybe you could follow up with Daphne, and I would love in the post, Nilo, that
Mhm.
you produce to make sure that we're promoting Daphne's current work.
Yes, I'm taking notes of his work.
Cool.
Okay. And also artistically, I'm working on. Attends, chérie. Attends, attends. Oui, 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 oui. Vas-y, vas-y. Tu vas manger. Oui. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
It is the
Perfect.
thing to work at home. And yes, the third thing that third thing that I work on is a kind of performance called Aminata.
Aminata.
Aminata, and I'm working on it for the next festival that will be between 22 of November and 4 of December.
Hmm.
And
Wow.
so yeah,
And that's
so
music? That's music or what?
no, music is a different part of my life. So yeah,
Okay.
when I'm in this kind of network with you, I I rarely talk about music. So it is the same Daphne, but it is in a kind of another part of my
I
mind.
understand. I understand.
So, but if you wanna see how what I do in music, you can go on YouTube on YouTube and SoundCloud also. If you wanna see how I do what I
Okay.
do with
Okay.
with music.
All right. All right.
So
Nilo, I think Nilo, I think we have reached our limit. We are taxing Mr. Menard's brain
Yeah,
yeah,
but
beyond.
I promised an Asian friend called Floris Duran to make him a question. It's very
Okay.
short question.
Go ahead.
Is Daphne, if you may how the music and art could be used in order to give youths in the ghettos an alternative other than guns and violence?
That is an important question. I don't like to. I really don't like to instrumentalize art by. Chérie, va manger. Oh là là. Sorry guys, just one second. Ah,
Sure.
ah, je vais fixer ça après pour toi, ok? D'accord? Va manger. Euh, oui. Um, yes, about guns and violence in how art can help. For when people ask me, Daphne, why do you sing? I sing because I am a song. So I do art because I am art. So personally, I don't like to use words like art can contribute to stop violence and because first of all in the ghettos there is poverty, and there is poverty. So and there is art also because when we take the hip hop and rap music, it's very present and in the ghettos. Uh, so I'm really careful about words, about expression that says that music have must have this power to change, to stop. Um, I'm really careful.
I understand what you mean, and I respect that. Uh,
Yeah,
I think.
but
Mhm.
but I think more art in school would be helpful. For I was a smart uh, child at school, but um, I didn't know what I want to do after school. I really didn't know. I was one of the smartest of the school, but when a teacher asked me, "What do you want to do after?" I didn't know.
Mm.
So art really saved my life, and but I didn't have art in my school. I didn't have any cultural center in my block, in my zone. I
Wow.
didn't have any I've been in a library for the first time. The first time I've been in a library, it was at the university.
Wow.
Yes, because I've been in a very poor school, and so, but art was present in my
Hmm.
mind and
Hmm.
saved me. So, because of that, I can say more artistic activities in school. Maybe it can change. It can contribute to change to impact. I love this word, impact, to
Hmm.
impact this some words. But and also I'm thinking about my experience with the Festival Quatre Chemins, where we for the actual director, artistic director. Attends. The actual artistic director had his policy was to work with young people, was to work with young people, and we've seen how some young people grow with us, and some professional activities appeared for them, and how they involved personally right now, and so I'm I believe that art can impact life, but I am, and knowing that, I'm very careful about that power. But more activities, artistic activities, can impact, but don't won't resolve violence and because art can be instrumentalized. And when we see, for example, the culture of the hip hop, and so always with gun, da, la, pa, 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 so.
Right.
It is art. It is music. It touches soul. So I'm really careful about
Mm-hmm.
this position, knowing that art is
It's
very
powerful.
is
Yeah.
powerful, is necessary, because the lack that I had, let's look what it does, what it makes today.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe there are some young people that are waiting for just some link like this.
Mm-hmm. Good. Good. Very.
Great.
Mhm. All right, Nilo, is your Haitian friend in Peru satisfied?
He's
You
not in
think?
Peru. He's
Oh.
living in Haiti.
Oh.
He
Okay.
works for a university. I'm going to tell
Good.
what Daphne said.
Please.
Thank you very much, Daphne. It was very fruitful to interview you, and I will try my best to deliver your words and this experience from today. Also,
Okay.
thank you, Matt, very much.
No, I think this was a beautiful session. I think we have a lot of
C'est ça.
things, a lot of great ideas, a lot of great quotes. Honestly, Daphne, I think you've done marvelously. You're really our first interviewee like this, and you have set the bar very high for future interviews. Seriously, you did. I'm not exaggerating. You did great, and
When the
your
heart
compass.
speaks,
I
the
agree.
heart speaks.
Yeah, no, it's true. And even your composition. I love your composition against the wall. You have a beautiful picture. Um, I do want to say also to offer you in what you said in response to what you said about the need for this to spread, for open channels to spread within Haiti and beyond. And any ideas you have, like if we could do a little meeting, let's say in a couple of months, that would introduce open channels to more people, more in advance, so that they could have people can have it on their calendar months ahead of time. I think it could be that could make a big difference. Just that, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe in January or something like that. Plenty 6 months ahead of time, we could have like I know in the United States you would call it like an open house, like a little time, like an hour where people could come to like this a room, an online room like this, and we could
Okay.
just talk to people.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it is a good idea, and the the fact that it is online, the fact that it gives a lot of it gives a lot of opportunities. Pas fait ça, Ismail, a pas fait ça, wap krasé ekran. Sorry, guys.
No
And so
problem. No problem.
it gives a lot of opportunities. So if we plan it before 6 months before, as you said, so it would be very interesting
Okay.
to work on this, guys.
Yes. Good. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank
Really.
you for your time, for this opportunity
Yeah.
to talk of different things for in Haiti. I'm involving in the same thing with during all the week.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Sure.
and to talk about different things.
Is good. Is good.
Yeah.
Yes. We're
Okay.
here. We're here. Nilo will be following up with you soon in a few days
Okay.
about next steps. We consider this part of our contribution to your mental health and emotional health. Okay?
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I wish you both the best. Please take care. Have a good
Yes.
day,
Okay.
and we'll be communicating soon.
Ciao.
Chao. Cuídense mucho. Hasta luego.
Bye.